Welcome back to Virtual Huddle. I'm your host, Justin. Back with another episode. How y'all doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing, man. And how you feeling?
Can't complain. Feel me, Kay?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. You know me.
That's good, bro. That's good. That's good.
Good to hear everybody doing well, man. Getting to it, first person who I know might not be doing so well, Tyreek Hill. How y'all feel about, him getting waived by the Dolphins?
Hey, I mean, that's K-Man's. I'll let you,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was waiting for K. That's
I
your
mean,
guy.
before K gets started, I know what he might, get into, but all I'm saying is, take your time, rehab, Tyreek. We got a spot for you in Pittsburgh. Well, we're going to figure out the quarterback situation. Don't worry about that. So, go
this
ahead, K. Go
dude,
ahead.
bro. Oh my gosh.
I can't recruit.
Yeah, recruiting is fine. Recruiting is fine. I would do the same thing. I would do the same.
But yeah, Tyreek Hill, he tore basically everything in his knee. This release doesn't come as a surprise to anybody because of his contract. You know, NFL contracts, they'll cut you at any time. If you don't have any guaranteed money, you should fear for your job because they will cut you if it's not convenient for them. As far as Tyreek Hill, I feel like Tyreek Hill probably one of the greatest receivers of all time. I watched Tyreek Hill since he was a return man back in 2015 with the Chiefs, and he turned himself into a Hall of Fame receiver. Right now, he's 32. I think he'll be 33 at the start of next season, and he's already a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he'll be first ballot, but to me, he's already a Hall of Fame. He already made a bunch of money, and now he has his Super Bowl. And what's next for him, I don't know. I don't know if he want to choose the money because, everything that's going on off the field with Tyreek Hill, or if he want to play for championships. I'm pretty sure he'll try to have the best of both worlds like we all do. If I had to say, I'll probably say he'll go to one of those. That's some scary stuff. He hit that magic 30 number in a skilled player at the age of 30. We all know how that goes. So I just hope Tyreek Hill can heal up, and hopefully we can see him back on the field. That's my 2 cents on it.
Where you think he gonna end up?
I'd probably say like Kansas City or Buffalo. I'm pretty sure he don't want to go back to a team with like a questionable quarterback, a QB that's not like already proven. I'm pretty sure you want to get somewhere more stable where he can compete.
He might go with Baltimore because
Baltimore.
South Florida.
I don't think he'll want to play with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens chewed the clock from the beginning of the game as a receiver. I don't really want to be a part of that. So I doubt he'll go to the Ravens.
No, I feel that.
We not feeling the Patriots, maybe?
The Patriots, that'll be a solid team. The Patriots do have a lot of cap space, but I don't think he'll want to go play for the Patriots.
So, Kay, one more question, then I guess we can move on to our next topic. Do you actually think that Tyreek Hill is like one of the best wide receivers of all time?
Without a doubt, he is definitely.
When you said that, you was like, he's a definite Hall of Famer, all of that. I'm like,
he was a Hall of Fame block at age 29. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the 10 best receivers ever. In my book, he's the best receiver since Julio Jones. Like, you got Julio Jones, he a legend. I think Tyreek Hill a legend as well.
So do you think he's better than Antonio Brown?
Yeah, he better than Antonio Brown.
Better than Antonio.
Better than
I know
AB.
Antonio Brown went crazy.
That's crazy.
When people go crazy, they tend to overrate your game. But Antonio Brown,
I know a lot of Florida people that might have a problem with that statement.
That's low-key crazy.
But
I don't know about that one.
It's Tyreek Hill, like, the man who can score from anywhere on the field. Antonio Brown can't score from anywhere on the field.
Are we serious right now, bro?
Yes, we are serious.
This is crazy.
Tyreek Hill, it's just levels to like.
So you're willing to go on the record and let all these people that watch know that Tyreek Hill is better than Antonio Brown?
I don't even think that's a debate. It's Tyreek Hill, bro. I know Antonio Brown went crazy in the head. People tend to overrate you after that, but come on now, it's Tyreek Hill.
I'm not even about to debate this.
I think Antonio Brown on Tyreek Hill level, to be honest.
Wow.
I'm not even about to debate this.
Yeah, I can't.
That's egregious.
Right
All
now.
right, next.
That's crazy, dog.
Hey, we'll talk about that later when we got some off-season, football talks. All right, moving on from that though. We got of course All-Star Weekend. Surprisingly, more entertaining than I thought. Let's start with some of the stuff that wasn't so entertaining. Get into that wild dunk contest. I mean, how y'all feel about that?
I mean,
I'll go first on this one. Mm, I I think I've seen a lot of this on social media. They may just need to cancel like the dunk contest in general. They did it and I'm pretty sure 1997, 1998 and after Kobe did it, they canceled it. I think they just need to cancel it for good at this point because it's like if people aren't going to give effort then there's no point. I think for the past couple of years, like the Saturday event, like the last event has always been the dunk contest, but we've seen time and time again that the 3-point contest has been like superior for like the past like 5 years. I think that should be the last event. I've seen one-on-one tournaments. I don't know how that would go, but I definitely think we gotta abolish the dunk contest. I think it's done. That was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
and shout out to Kashad Johnson for winning. I just think athletically, there's just not much more you can expect from people. We've seen so much, and I mean, Mac McClung, like we said before, has carried for the last 2 years. And then you had that 2016 Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon, which was probably one of the greatest of all time. And it's just like we haven't really been able to get to that point since then. And it's like it's been a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at this point, I think it is time to start looking at new things. And I mean, you mentioned the one-on-one. I think some people would like to see that one-on-one, and that would carry because if you look at the women's Unrivaled and what they're doing, that looks very
That's
entertaining, and they're cooking over there. I'm not gonna lie, I watch that as much as I can. They be cooking.
Yeah, Rival, those ones are physical. They especially the bigs, they were physical. They were battling. I mean, you can even see when they got tired, like, it got even more physical. I think I think moving, into the dunk contest, I feel
Gotta
like
have
people
something
should
to
judge it
replace it
like,
with.
no, well, yeah, I like that, but at the same time, I think we could keep it. I think people just can't expect to see something they haven't seen before.
Yeah, the excitement is gone.
And imagine the people watch gymnastics expecting to see something they ain't never seen before. It's like to get bored real quick. I think you should probably grade. We should grade dunks more accurately. I feel like everything can't be a 50 and everything shouldn't be a 35. I feel like a lot of those numbers don't get touched, but I think improving the I guess competitiveness of it, and I think getting some guards, some smaller players. I don't want to see Jackson Hayes
he should
tomahawk.
never be
I'm
close to an
cool on
all-star
that.
game again.
Yeah, I'm
He
I'm
should
cool
never
on that.
no.
I mean, what do y'all think? Because I mean, they do the celebrity game. So what do y'all think about just having some like pro dunkers come in and do a dunk contest? I mean, what they do in dunk contests and stuff, we have never seen in NBA All-Star dunks. I feel like that
Yeah,
might be more exciting too.
see, me personally, I've been of like that notion since the dunk contest has started to decline personally. I think if you're gonna do a dunk contest, bring out the best dunkers in the world to do this dunk
Mm.
contest. I don't want to see Jackson Hayes. I don't want to see Jason Richardson almost like you see what I'm saying? I just don't want to see that. So like if you're going to do a dunk contest, make sure we bring out like the best dunkers in the world. And honestly, I've seen this thing like going on like around social media, and people are saying like we should make a rule in the next CBA saying rookies and sophomores, like some of the best dunkers in the rookie and sophomore classes coming up, they have to participate in the dunk contest to make it like something feasible. But other than that, like the dunk contest for me, if you ain't gonna make it pro dunkers, or you actually have to mandate certain players to do the dunk contest, we should scrap it. Jackson Hayes and Jace Richardson in there. Come
You
on.
really don't rock with Jackson Hayes in there, huh? That dunk
Yeah,
was bad that I seen. I did see
Yeah.
the one dunk where I don't know what that
Hey,
was.
two things though. First, I'm gonna actually no, I go to the celebrity game. Why is Taco Fall and Jeremy Lin playing? Why is that a thing? Why are they in the
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
have
feel
no
like
clue.
they're
the
still.
celebrity game?
I feel like they're still too young to be included because
Yeah,
we've
like
had previous, but they're still too young. Like especially Taco Fall. Like
Taco
Yeah, he
Fall is
just left.
crazy.
yeah, like what are we doing? Why are they in celebrity games? I mean, I can keep them as the rising stars. They can do that, but celebrity games is
Yeah.
crazy.
You can get flight
And
racks out
then
there or something.
man, he been trying to get out there for so long. Oh my gosh.
Man, that would look
yeah,
bad, bro. That would bad.
they
I
should
mean,
let all the streamers go out there for real and just let
they
it
had
be.
Kai Cenat out there.
let
had
them live
Drewski out
stream through
there.
Meta glasses or something.
Yeah, I think
Might
they have to do something different, man. Jason Williams was out there. I like that type of celebrity game where you have like older NBA players,
have.
some of the stars. At a certain point, it gets to a certain point. Just seeing Drewski throw the ball up and that'd
Yeah,
be funny or entertaining for that
yeah.
amount of time. It just gets to a point. I'm not really a big fan of the celebrity game though, but if y'all want to keep that, y'all, we can keep that, I guess.
Also, to piggyback off the celebrity dunker, I just feel like they're also, probably willing to go out there and die literally about winning that dunk contest. Where you got guys that probably don't want to do it, i.e., Ja, Zion, or pretty explosive guys that are like, hey, I'm not gonna go get hurt doing that. Where you got guys that will go try to do a backflip 360 dunk, and if they don't land and well, like, they don't care. They trying to get that clip off. So I
Hmm.
think that plays a factor to it as well. Moving on from that into the Sunday spectacular All-Star game, I think spectacular might be a stretch, but definitely was, above exceeded my expectations to say the least, especially the games against the world. I think the US teams kinda made it a point to at least beat them. And, whatever, whoever won the championship kinda was, us. Let's get into that. How y'all feel?
Me personally, I think it was just a breath of fresh air seeing like some competitive all-star basketball. But I will say I don't think it's sustainable. I think it was a new format, and people wanted to just try their hardest in this new format, but I don't think it's gonna be something that's honestly sustainable because, for example, I think Wemby was like the person that set the tone for this. And
Yeah,
I'm not
he
trying
did.
knock on wood, but if Wemby is out for some reason during this period, who is gonna be that next person to actually set the tone and make this a decent All-Star game? Me personally, I don't think we've had, like, terrible All-Star games in the past, like, decade, honestly. I guess you could say last year and the year before, but other than that, 2020 was probably one of the best All-Star games, like, ever,
Yeah.
when Kobe
When you play
passed. So
to the
I don't
certain score.
yeah, play to the certain score. I think a lot of people like the draft method where you two team captains and they draft. I think a lot of people like that. And some people just like the regular West versus East, but I just don't think this style is sustainable. It just depends on who is like willing to set the tone. If the newer generation like Ant, Wimby, they come in and say, "Hey, we actually gonna try," then I think you can really rock out with any format and it's still gonna be entertaining.
Yeah, and
I
that's one thing
think
I saw too. Like from the very jump, like Wemby got the tip, he sprinted down, he went to post up. I forgot who he posted up, but like he actually tried to set the
I
tone
think
from like the first possession of the game. So I mean, salute to him for that. I mean, he didn't get the result he wanted, but that's how it is sometimes. But I did want to say that like Wemby he did set the tone. I feel like he set the tone early. And because like he kind of a dude who, I mean, I don't want to say injury prone yet, but he has been injured and he was still out there risking, trying to put on the show. So I salute to that. And a lot of other players, they follow suit, especially Ant-Man, because Ant-Man, he normally just come out there, he want to shoot left-handed, something like that. So Ant-Man, he really like, he put some effort in as well. And I'm just
Ant-Man
glad that
version.
they're starting to, not just go out there lollygagging like they was for a couple years. Like I think people blown it all the way out of proportion the past couple years because even if they do, I think it's the 3-point shooting that really get people. 'Cause like they shoot so many threes, it just feel like it just feel boring. Like I feel like it's no type of substance. But you get a couple fouls in that can like set the tone for the whole All-Star game. And I mean, I didn't have a problem with them, splitting into the three teams and all that stuff, but we just had to find I would prefer the draft more. I prefer the two captains to draft like LeBron and Giannis did, and they televise it, like they used to do with Shaq and Kenny and those guys. I appreciated that. I think we kind of lost that. Going to the target score as well, because like once the score gets to a certain number, they're gonna play hard because they don't want to lose. I feel like I get this All-Star weekend. I'll give it a B. I give it a solid B. Solid 83. I give it a B. So, and that's a far, that's a long way from how it was last year. So I salute the players on that.
Yeah.
I
Hey
think
man.
go one step further, K, and draft live, like day of. I think
Mm, yeah,
I think, the of course the star players, they're gonna come out, do what they're gonna do, whatever, right? But I think where you made a point about this final score, I think you keep it close when you get some of the guys off the bench who are feeling slighted, like they got drafted too late, feel disrespected. They might come out there and try to play hard, and they're going at a guy who they think, got drafted before them, who like, or the guy who picked the team, whoever it may be, and they're trying to go kill them. So I think that kind of will keep the intensity throughout the game. It is a long game to try to have players playing the whole time, playing hard. I think if you maybe look at shortening the game, or the multiple teams, kind of cool. I don't think we can keep doing the world format just because
yeah,
you're relying on a lot of Europe or European, foreign, I guess Canadian, and all the other world countries players to play and be healthy. And
yeah.
now you get down to All Star Weekend. It's eight guys, and three of them hurt. Now you got to go replace them with guys who probably are in their home countries for the All Star break. Now you got to tell them to come back and suit up for a game. Now you're looking at some bench guys. I mean, they'll probably all have starters, but you know what I mean, like some real
Hmm.
secondary guys in the All Star game for no reason. So I think they switch up the concept of maybe the teams. Maybe they just go back to three captains. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they reveal. I mean, I guess they let you track the voting, but if they were to surprise three captains at the All Star game, I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Man, I don't got much to say about it. All I know is my prediction was wrong. I said the Stripes are gonna win. I said it was gonna be between Stripes and World, and the Stars went and showed me how I shouldn't have kept them out. Shout out to Ant Man, you feel me? Ants do the best. But I thought the All Star game was entertaining. I mean, if they change the format back to an old way, cool. If they don't, cool. I think a lot of people putting way too much expectation into it, and it's like KD said, man. Like these players weren't playing hard all these years, like people be saying. People make it seem like they was playing extremely hard, like in the past when they really weren't. Like if
I
you really
agree.
look at the clips, they really weren't. But people just like to talk. So I mean, shout out to the All Stars for providing us with an entertaining weekend. If you watch any of the press conferences, those were funny to watch as well. But yeah.
Me personally, I think the shorter game format is probably the best. I like the little I don't remember the time, but I know each team was probably getting in like 40, 50 points like a game. Like I think that's probably the best format because in all-star games where you play like the full fourth quarters, it is some instances where teams could just get hotter than the other team and it'd be like a 15, 20 point lead and people aren't trying to come back from no 20, 15
Mhm.
point lead. So that's how people start getting lazy, don't want to play basketball for real. But if you always have like a competitive game where it's like 30, 35, and y'all have 2, 3 minutes left, like you always gonna get some competitive play. But the reason I would shy away from it is kind of the last game that they played. I think it was Stars versus Stripes, and the other team just got instantly blew out. And that was terrible hoops. I'm gonna be completely honest. That was not good hoops. But other than that, the All Star, you give it a B. I think this was like the 3-point shootout was good, like really good, honestly. The All-Star game was good. I would Kawhi going for 31 in the game. That was crazy.
Mm,
But the dunk contest, yeah, we not even going. That's probably the worst dunk contest I've ever watched in my life. And then the celebrity game was cool. I also like the three people thing with Dylan Harper, Ron Harper, like having like your family do it. Like I like
mhm.
that. That was really good too. So I would honestly give this like a B plus, A minus type. This is probably around like an 89 for me if I had to
Mm.
rate it like K. 89, 90 probably.
All right.
All right. We skipped the 3-point contest. I just wanted to circle back and say I felt like Dame was a easy call. Like I said earlier,
Yeah.
all he's doing right now is probably shooting spot threes. He's probably not doing too much game speed stuff. So just
Yeah.
off of that alone, he probably was, more, because I feel like you give all those guys as much time as he had to just shoot threes, shoot spot threes. It probably get some crazy numbers. Not to
D
say
Book was
Dame,
close though. D Book
he
was close.
he sold at the end, but
Yeah, he definitely sold, but he was close. He was close.
I mean, he wasn't already a two-time champion for nothing though. Let's not act like,
no, I'm
That
saying
is,
I'm not trying to take nothing away from Dame, but he definitely has had the most practice out of everybody.
yeah,
But like I
I
said, he
agree.
won. I said he was gonna win, and he won. So I'm
Yeah.
not taking nothing away of that.
You're right. I mean, I said Tyrese Maxey. He went out the first round. I was like, all my picks. You feel me? I was just wrong.
Yeah, I had a
So,
feeling Mac those type of players don't usually win 3-point contests. The shooting, they're usually off the bounce shooters more than catch and shoot or just stand still. But it seemed like what Dame did, I heard Curry may come back next year. I like that, man. I like that. I like that.
It's
So
gonna be
man,
fun.
Curry
hopefully
ain't
we get a
beating
good one.
Dame.
I'll bet my money with Dame.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I'm
Bro, we've
going Curry.
already had this already
Unless
happened, bro.
Draymond coming to set screens for Curry, I'll take Dame Lillard.
Okay, yeah, here you go. Here you go.
You know what
That's
time it is?
We've already seen
That's
this before. We've seen this before, man.
I'm pretty
Right?
sure.
Three-time
Yeah.
champion. Respect the three-time champion, yo.
Let's get into these
Like the
predictions.
four-time champion. Anywho, speaking of four-time champions, let's get into these predictions for the rest of the year coming out of All-Star break. Let's start off with NBA Finals. Well, 2 finals teams and your finals winner.
Okay, I'll go first with this one. Okay, me personally, I'm gonna give 2. I'm gonna give the most likely scenario, and I'm gonna give the scenario that I would personally like to see.
Okay.
I think OKC will definitely make it out the West. If I think can we assume barring injuries for everybody unless they're
Of
just
course.
out for the year?
Yeah, everybody's
Everybody,
healthy.
yeah.
Yeah, if everyone's healthy, I'm
Question, does that
going.
include Tatum?
I would include Tatum, but like for example, let's say if Portland was in there, I'm not including Dame.
Of
You see
course,
what
of
I'm
course,
saying?
of course, yeah.
I'm not including Kyrie at this point. But I would go OKC. Now the East is kind of tricky. You got New York. I'm a big Cleveland fan since they got Harden. I think I would go Cleveland. I think I would go Cleveland coming out. But I think a Minnesota New York Knicks final would be amazing for basketball. So if that was to, I think that's probably the one I want to happen the most. New York and finally prop up this American-born player that y'all want in Anthony Edwards. That would be perfect. But the most likely scenario, I think I'm probably going OKC versus Cleveland.
Go ahead. Ant.
Yeah, man. I don't know what I'm about to say.
Boy,
New
do I.
York Knicks, baby.
Okay, yeah, like we not
New
doing
York Knicks, baby. You know, they look, regardless of what y'all say, you feel me? Gonna figure it out and they're gonna get there. I don't care what Phil Jackson's 40-20 theory was. I don't care about none of that. We gonna win. I think it's been like 5 teams since the 3-point line's been added that have 4 teams that have beaten the 40-20 theory. So why can't the Knicks be the 5th? Look,
Okay.
if
Yeah.
New York, I say New York, and then honestly, you said OKC. OKC is 1-4 against the Spurs. If they see the Spurs, they are cooked. So I can't even put OKC in there because I just don't see them being able to make it. Like SGA, yeah, he's having a great year. And at one point we were saying that team, they might beat that 73-9 record, and look at them now. That is not the case.
Well, Ant, for those 2 teams to play in the playoffs, the Spurs will have to get by Denver. You like that?
Look. I personally, I think Denver is gonna make another run. I would say I think Denver's gonna make it to the chip this year. That's my prediction. I'm thinking it's gonna be Knicks versus Nuggets, the Joker versus Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, give me the Nuggets in 5.
I don't
man.
want to see that. Yeah, Towns will foul out in all 5 games. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I
Are we
definitely
serious?
don't want to. Yeah, I'm
Are we
good off that.
Are we
bro.
serious?
Yeah,
Are we serious right
good
now?
off that.
Y'all always see, bro. This is my problem with y'all. Y'all always hating on the Knicks, bro.
Well,
Y'all wouldn't have.
I want to say I hate on the Knicks. I don't think that's a bad pick because Brunson, I mean, he's the best player in the East, right? So he's the player
He's
I
the
trust the
what?
most. I mean, he's probably the best
He's
player
the
in the
best
East, right?
player in the East.
He's not better than K.
Is.
He's not
He's
better
not
than
better
Yeah,
than
he's
who?
not. He's
Oh my.
K
He's not better
Cunningham.
than K Cunningham. He's not.
Wait, I
But
think
I
K
think
just
it's
turned the
close.
ball over again, but he's not ready.
Whoa, the
The
defensive
reason
liability in Brunson.
I'm gonna go with the Knicks is because they have Brunson. Brunson is probably the only guy in the East who I trust to close games. Now, will it be hard to beat the Pistons in Detroit? Because I think that Detroit has beaten the Pistons twice this year by like 20 or 30 points. They want to play New York, but in the playoffs is a different ball game. The Pistons, they are the 1 seed, but to me, they don't have enough creation outside of Cade. I mean, okay, you have Cade, but
I agree.
who else can create? Like when Cade goes to the bench,
Jalen Duren. That's
that's what I'm saying. Don't get me started on Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland on paper, Cleveland looks good, but you can't trust James Harden. You can't trust Evan Mobley. And Donovan Mitchell, I mean, I like Mitchell, but
He's gonna show up every playoff series. I don't have to worry about
he's
Mitchell.
gonna show up, but it's just Mitchell, and I don't think Mitchell will have enough help. I don't think Harden will show up consistently like Jalen Brunson's help will. I think Towns will show up, OG will show up, and Mikal Bridges. He may or may not show up. But in the East, I have the New York Knicks coming out. I think they beat Detroit in the conference finals. I think they'll probably beat Detroit. I think they can beat them in 7 games. I'll take them in 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
Now the West is way, huh?
I said I don't know about that one, bro. Cavs not
You don't
even
know
making
about
it to
what?
the Eastern. They're not. The Cavs not making it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Do you
when's
trust
the
James
last
Harden?
I trust James Harden over anything Darius Garland was giving me.
You do.
Yes, and whatever
And
it's
what?
gonna be better than whatever Darius Garland was giving me.
Well, that's not saying much because Harden, Garland. I
Bro,
mean,
we're
Harden
not
is
about to do
taller.
this, bro.
I
We're
mean,
not about to do this, bro.
Harden is he's probably a better player right now. In the regular season at least.
And in the
Garland is a
playoffs.
cone on defense. So I mean, they have a chance. Cleveland has a chance. It's just I don't trust Harden, and I don't trust Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. I don't like that double big, I don't really like that. So I have New
Okay.
York Knicks coming out of the East. Now the West is much harder. You do have OKC, you do have Denver. Those to me are, up and away the 2 best players in the world. That's a series I want to see again. I want to see Jokic versus the OKC Thunder. The best player versus the best defense. I think that'll probably have to be a 2nd round matchup based on how it's looking right now. It'll be it may be a 3rd round matchup, but either way, I want to see OKC and Denver because I feel like those are actually the 2 best teams in the league. And of course,
Wow.
I have to, as much as I like SGA and what he's doing, OKC is one of the worst 3-point shooting teams, and Denver is the best 3-point shooting team. So I'll take Denver in 6 games. I don't even think he'll go to a game 7. I'll take Denver in 6. And then Denver will just walk all over the Knicks in the finals. They're probably 4-1, 4-1,
See,
4-0. The Knicks will be
see
left
you.
1 game. I'll give Brunson 1 game, game 3 in the Garden.
If that does happen, I got Denver. I got Denver if that actually does happen.
One game,
easily.
first of all, 1 game is insane. Y'all gotta understand, bro.
Well,
The Knicks,
who's guarding Jokic? Karl Towns? Stop it.
Mitchell
Robinson.
Robinson for 25.
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell
Bro, they
Robinson
gonna
will play
foul him
himself
so
off the
quick,
court.
bro.
Bro, we have Jeremy Sochan now too.
Okay, so anyway,
That's
on
all right.
that,
So
yeah,
wait, let me
yeah.
get mine.
He can guard. That's a nice pickup. He can probably
he said Jeremy
Y'all
Sochan.
disrespecting, bro.
He can play some
Jeremy
defense
No,
off
that's
the
not.
bench.
Justin,
Look,
what's your
I'm
predictions?
finna tell you why that don't
Yeah.
matter. I'm finna tell you why that don't matter, Ant. First of all, so in the West, for me, it came down to Spurs, Thunder, and the
Don't you
Nuggets,
dare.
of course.
Okay.
The who?
And are we forgetting about the Timberwolves? Or are we just going? Okay.
Hold on. Wait, we all have said, playoff basketball is different, right? I just think that, well, to be fair, the Nuggets, I think I like their pickup with AO. I think that's gonna help them. I just think they end up running into, a team that's better than them.
Like who?
Either Nuggets, Spurs, they have a chance to beat the Thunder. I
They
think
beat the Nuggets the
also,
last time they matched up.
I get that, but it's gonna be different. I mean, we know we saw Michael Porter out there. It wasn't pretty.
He had 1 arm.
And that game, that series wasn't, it wasn't like they won up and away. So,
That's what I'm saying.
I think we get back into those 3 teams. I don't think OKC is gonna have, I don't trust Jalen Williams. He's had an injury late in season. He was a big part of their run. I don't think they win their ring without him. So I think just his inconsistency is gonna come up, for them. That pretty much leaves me. I don't know if this will be the finals, but for me it's between OKC, not OKC, the Nuggets and the Spurs. If they do meet in the conference finals, it'll be an interesting series. Like you said, the Nuggets shoot the ball.
It'd have to be before the conference final. But yeah.
Probably Nuggets shoot the ball, but at the same time, I think the Spurs' weakness will be they're like a guard shooting and creativity unless Fox just has this, the playoff of his lifetime. I think Castle, I've seen a lot of clips of him in the in between game, kind of scared, not scared,
Mm,
but not looking for a shot. I think that's an important aspect of a ball dominant player is to be able to shoot that in between game when you come into the drop coverage and you might not want a three, but you gonna have to shoot that pull up because every bucket matters. But I think I'm gonna roll with the Nuggets. I think Jokic is just, gonna come back man on a mission this year. I think he's trying to really prove that he's the best player in the world, even though, as much people say he doesn't care, he cares. I think, he's gonna continue to have a great season. They've been hurt all year and have still stayed afloat and still have been a
mhm,
solid team. I think Jamal Murray is gonna have another solid playoffs, pretty solid his whole career. Coming out the East, this is where I think it gets real tricky.
mhm.
I like, of course, I guess you could say Celtics championship chances rely on Jason Tatum and how well he comes back. For that reason, I'm just gonna be cool on them. I don't, unless he just comes back at postseason form, I don't see a world where they can compete for a championship without him. No dig against them, but you're missing a max player. Knicks, Pistons, those are my last two teams. Even though I do think that the Cavs have a good chance. I don't like that team. I think they're gonna come up short in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Not really. I'm just not. They're not convincing to me to beat these other two teams. I like
What seed are the Cavs? Let me see what seed the Cavs in.
Knicks. I'm just not a big fan of the Knicks. Brunson's cool, but I just don't think there's a lot of action outside of Brunson that's going to create points for them. I think he's too small to be,
Too small.
a championship winning guard. He's definitely serious, serious problem. He scores. He has huge moments. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, it's rare that small guards or the lead guards of the team, lead player who win championships. I mean, before Steph Curry, it was last done by what Isaiah Thomas. I mean,
Uh-huh.
so it's not really common thing for a small guard to lead the team to be in that. I mean, even Steph wasn't as dominant as the ball as Jalen Brunson was. So
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna have to roll with the Pistons out of the East. I like Cade. They
Mm.
got a they got a couple guys in contract years. You know how that goes. I think they have Kevin Herter, who I think he's in a contract year. I think he's gonna have to step up. I think he will step up. He's made, he doesn't have to be the guy, of course, but he's made some big shots, big moments in the playoffs and regular season games. I think contract year plus his experience, kinda the East is kinda wide open. I think it's gonna be a lot of teams playing kinda free like the Pacers were last year. Any man's game. I think the Pistons have a chance to, have some magical runs. I'm a big Cade fan. I think he's gonna have a fantastic playoff run. I think he needs to cut down his turnovers for sure, but if he can get that under control, I mean, Cade people talk about Wemby's the clear face of the NBA. I think after this playoff run, if Cade can, bring a ring to
Mm.
Detroit, he's gonna have a real big, appeal in that conversation. I think with his Nike, his signature logo coming out, rumors of a signature shoe, of course, perfect time for him to win a ring going into the signature shoe campaign. And, I think from there he'll take off and be the possible next face of the league. I mean, obviously, a lot of guys that can take that title. I think Jalen Duren also is a guy who will have to, have a good playoffs. My matchup being Pistons Nuggets. Jokic doesn't really do the best across the physical, more dominant, powerful guys. I mean, depends. Obviously, sometimes he can just dominate a game. He's Jokic. He's arguably the best player in the world. But
Mm.
he's gonna, Jalen Duren is gonna have him with his hands full. If he can get him into foul trouble, and if we can get as many Jokic free minutes as we can. If I'm Detroit, I think that's the goal. But if when he's out there, come see Cade in that pick and roll. We're gonna run that a
Mm.
lot. You got to get out there. You got to move those feet. Uh,
Why am I
and you got
respecting that pick and roll though?
why
Why
wouldn't you?
why do I need to respect? Because you have Asar Thompson and Ron Holland on the other side. Why would I just not
Why
collapse?
would I
I'm
have?
not
Why would I
Mm.
have?
high on
Hold on.
Detroit at
Why would I have
all, bro.
Asar Thompson and Ron Holland in the game together?
Who okay, so what's the lineup you're planning to put out there with only one
I
creator
mean,
in Cade?
we could have a Karis LeVert, Kevin
Mm.
Huerter, Duncan
Karis
Robinson,
LeVert
guys to
barely
space the floor. I mean, I'm not saying this is the playoffs though. This isn't the regular season. Teams have to make decisions in the playoffs. I think when you look at like you said, you have Cade and not many creators. Best thing for that is for shooters to space the floor. I think that's why they made the trades they did, got the piece they did because Malik Beasley coming into the season with his situation hurt them. 'Cause I think he definitely would have gotten signed. But
That's why they
you
got Duncan Robinson to replace him.
yeah,
What
I
team
mean,
has made it that far with only one creator though?
they
There's
Well,
never been like a team that's other than like the 90s when it was just like one guy. What team has just won with one creator?
yeah.
I don't trust that
I mean that's
team at
true.
all. That's insane. I don't
Say
trust
what
that
say
team at
what you
all.
want. They might have beat the Knicks, but that's the regular season. You feel
Mm,
me? In the playoffs, I mean, we've seen what happened when they faced each other in the playoffs. And
mm.
I'd argue to say our team is better than it was last year.
But the Pistons were babies, and they were
Bro,
babies.
bro, they might have been babies, but like I said, we added more depth to our roster.
Yeah, we did.
Honestly, I think with this latest pickup, we've added more defense in the paint for ourselves because people have said our front court defense has been lacking. I think Jeremy Sochan being added. This is a team that I know Jalen Brunson, he dominates the ball a lot, but I think this is a team that can support him and they're going to get theirs too. That can make it to the finals. I mean, if you look at it each year, we've been getting closer and closer. All that's left is the finals. We made it to the conference finals. And look, Halliburton has been a problem for us. And,
He's gonna.
unfortunately, he's out for the season. I hope he's able to come back in full strength next season because as much as I hated what he was doing to our team, I loved I love watching him play because he was doing great. But he's not in our way anymore. This is our season to make the finals and do something. And if we
Well,
make the
And I
finals,
will agree. I will agree. This is your time to make it, but y'all worst thing, y'all cannot handle physicality. So if y'all go up against like a Pistons team, I don't think y'all win that series. But if
mm,
there's a way y'all can avoid the Pistons, I got y'all going to the finals, honestly. But
I think.
y'all
Yeah.
cannot handle physicality.
Mark, let me ask you something. Do you know what it's like trying to play a playoff game in the Mecca? Do
Mm.
you think we're going to come out there playing soft when all of New York
Y'all
is
do it
rocking?
every year.
Bro.
Y'all have done it every year. Y'all have Carl Anthony. Like I love Carl Anthony Towns as a person, but y'all have him back as y'all backline, gang. Like that's not. I'm not trusting that. And I gave you a win condition, bro. I said if y'all do not hit the Pistons in this run, y'all will go to the finals. Honestly, I give you that. But if y'all hit the Pistons, if y'all hit a physical team, y'all are gonna just no. Y'all are gonna
Wait, so
crumble.
are you
Mikal
saying the
Bridges
Knicks are
isn't
soft?
mentally tough. No. Yes, the Knicks are soft. We all know
Mm.
this. Justin, you would agree. Kay, you would agree. I know Ant isn't going to agree, but the Knicks are soft, and that's
Well,
not a problem.
the Knicks' best player is 5'11", and their second best player, he just want to shoot three. So he may be right, but
The
I think
Knicks' best
Brunson can
player.
carry him enough. I think Brunson can carry him enough. He will shoot about 30 shots a game. He'll hit what 10, 12 of them. I think he'll average close to 30 points. I just can't trust anybody in the East outside of Brunson. I mean, I'm looking at it now. The Celtics are the 2 seed right now. The Knicks are 3, and the Cavs are 4. They all separated by 1 game. So it could be a lot of moving, and it's going to depend a lot on the matchup because I think Cleveland can actually beat Detroit. I think Cleveland can beat Detroit, but it just depends on the
Yeah, I
seeding.
definitely think Cleveland can beat Detroit.
Yeah, it just depends
I
on the
just don't
seeding.
see a team with one creator being able to win, let alone go to the finals, but win a championship with one creator. I ain't gonna lie, if Cade do that, Cade probably I might talk about Cade as a top 5 point guard if he's of all time if he's able to do something like that. I just don't think you can win with one creator. That's like insane to me
Yeah.
personally. If he's able to win with just him being the sole focal point offensively, then we got to say something about Cade. But that's just hard for me to like
Hey,
imagine like
you
that
know who's gonna be their
happening.
dark horse that steps up and makes a whole bunch of great plays on the way to 16 points a game, very consistently in the right
Please,
moments?
please let me know who.
Tobias
Please.
Harris.
Tobias Harris.
It's not gonna be pretty. It's
Okay,
not gonna
what
be
awards do we have next?
magnificent.
What awards do we have
It's
next?
gonna it's gonna
Wait,
be
before we go to the
Tobias.
award, I want to
Wait,
say
hold on. Tobias
nobody
Harris is not crazy. What is he averaging this year? He's averaging
probably like
13 and a
13,
half.
14. Yeah.
What's wrong with him at getting 3 more points a game? It's not gonna be a nasty. It's not
He
gonna
can
be
hit a
nothing
big shot. He
crazy.
can hit a big shot.
He's
He's a
gonna
vet.
be a consistent big shot shooter.
He can hit a
So
shot.
Tobias Harris is your second option, is what you're saying
That's not
offensively?
what
He
what
might
that
be,
never
bro.
came out of my mouth. I mean, as far as
Okay,
ball
who's the
handling,
second
maybe, but
option?
Jalen
Is he
Duren
their
is gonna
second
take the second
option?
most shots, probably,
I'm finna
right?
say who take the second most shots?
Jalen
Gotta
Duren
be
probably gonna take
Jalen
the second
Duren.
most shots. Yeah.
If Jalen
Well, those
Duren is taking
probably
the second most shots on an NBA team, they will not win the finals. They will not go to the finals if Jalen Duren is
Mm,
taking the second most shots. That's no.
I don't think so
I
because
think Jalen
if you
Duren
get
is limited
enough
offensively.
production from everybody else, the other guy, I think that's perfectly fine. I mean,
Okay, so where's the
Luka
other
did it,
production
did he
coming
not?
from?
yeah,
When
I
Jalen
he
mean, he
had
had
Duren and
Kyrie?
Kyrie,
Tobias,
he had
yeah,
That's why. Well,
Kyrie,
Tobias
I was like,
Harris.
yeah, I was gonna say
he had
Kyrie
Kyrie,
was
of course,
definitely on that team.
but I mean, I'm saying we've seen now. Cade is not Luka. I'm not saying that, but I think he has a better supporting cast than Luka had in some of his solo production.
Hold on,
Nah,
Solo.
so
not with
hold on.
when they went to the
Which
finals. He
one are
don't.
you talking about?
Luca had Jalen Brunson. Luca had
Luka had Kyrie.
Kyrie.
I'm talking about when
Then
Kyrie was hurt, like when
When was
Kyrie
that?
got
When
hurt that
was
year, that
this?
last year they played together when they went to the finals.
Nah, he wasn't hurt, but he was out there.
Kyrie wasn't hurt. He was
No,
playing.
I'm saying in moments. I'm not saying the whole season. I'm saying in moments
I think
where,
I think Cade is going to be able to do it in moments, yes, but he's not going to be
yeah,
able to sustain that for an entire playoff
I get
run.
that. What I'm saying
Absolutely
is,
not.
I think this
Is
team
K
has
gonna be able
more
to stop
guys that
turning the
can
ball
score
over?
points. Yeah, I think
He can
that's gonna
turn
be
the ball
big.
over all he wants. He's the best player in the
What?
East, man. That
No,
don't
that's not how it works.
to
No,
me. I
because
don't
Detroit,
really think
I
He
that's
think
the
averaged
Detroit
case.
5
wins.
turnovers a game in the last year of the playoffs. You like that? 5 turnovers a game?
I think
That was his
Detroit
first playoffs,
wins
wasn't it?
games by limiting points.
I'm
I
not
think they
sure,
have to
but
have low scoring games,
so
and
he
if
had
they have
30
low scoring
turnovers in 6
games,
games. You like that? He
I
shot
don't
5
love
of
that,
he
but
shot 5 of 28 from 3. You like that?
it
5
was
of
his
28
first
from 3.
playoff run.
Was it first time shooting a
I,
three-pointer? He shot
come on.
18% from 3. That's
You,
Michael Jordan
hey,
territory,
hey,
baby.
hey, K. Who was he playing? Who was he playing?
He was playing the Knicks. He got boxed in.
And like I
yeah,
say, it's not easy to play at the Mecca in the playoffs. New
Mhm.
York is crazy. It's
He
not
had
the same
32
environment.
turnovers in 6 games. But one thing I want to
Yeah,
say,
man, we just gonna work on
nobody
that.
picked the Rockets. Nobody even mentioned the Rockets. So nobody think the Rockets got a chance? No.
Absolutely not. They don't have a point guard. The team synergy, ever since Steven Adams went down, it looks terrible. They lost their superpower, which was offensive rebounding.
Yeah.
And now since they don't have that, they can't
Sengun
operate
got
in
to
the
play.
half court.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sengun. I literally came on this podcast, I think the first episode, and said I think I'd rather take Sengun over him in. If I was the Rockets, I would trade Sengun immediately for something because I'm out on Sengun. I'm not gonna lie. And Amin Thompson, I just don't see how much better he can get as a basketball player, honestly. Because everything comes with his shooting ability. And it's not even just the 3-point shot, it's the mid-range shot. And
He
I
doesn't
don't
even
think
try to
he's
shoot.
a point guard as well. Yeah, he doesn't try to shoot as well. I don't think he's a point guard either. So it's like, is he gonna play this pseudo 2 guard/3 and not shoot the ball? To me, I just don't think we gonna have to talk about the Rockets probably in the next coming years about how this draft process they've been doing. They've
How
had
they
some top
botched it.
picks and it's
Yeah.
been
They
they've
botched
had some
every
top
round.
picks and it hasn't worked out at all. And I haven't even mentioned Jabari.
Mhm.
I don't even want to mention him honestly. But yeah, the Houston, I'm completely out on. I wouldn't be surprised if they get bounced in the first round.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they lose the first round, or I wouldn't be surprised they win the first round. That's just how matchup based it is for them. But Adams going down, so now Sengun has to play the 5. So you got a Sengun anchored defense. I mean, good luck with that. And Clint Capella, he's at the end of the line. Dorian Finney-Smith, he hasn't given them much. Kevin Durant, still Kevin Durant, but he can only do so much with the limited spacing. Ben Thompson, he leads the team in minutes, but he won't even try to shoot the basketball. He won't even look at the rim. He's like a 22-year-old Draymond Green without Steph Curry. He just catches the ball and he just starts looking. He don't look at the rim. He just starts looking. Where's Durant? Where's Durant? And that's just not gonna work in the playoffs. Rockets traded the wrong. Well, I won't say they actually did trade the wrong guy. Had they kept Dylan Brooks in place of our man Thompson, that now you would have had a team. That would have been. But it's hindsight, and I mean, have any faith in the Rockets either. Ime Udoka, I don't know the last time he drew up an offensive set. It's just straight KD in the mid range. So the Rockets, they put themselves in a crazy predicament. I mean, last year, weren't they the 1 seed? Or they were the 2?
They
They were the 1 or the
third. They
2
were
seed.
third. They were. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then they added Kevin Durant, and it's just, I don't want to blame Durant because it's not his fault Fred VanVleet got hurt. And it's not Durant's fault that Thompson can't shoot. Well, yeah, they had the 2 seed last year. They won 52 games.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just that they have defense. That's one thing they still have is the defense, but they don't
They
have.
have good
They
perimeter
needed Adams
defenders,
to
but they don't
give
have
them
rim
more chances
protection.
on offense. That's what they need. Like they need the extra
Yeah.
chances from Steve Adams. That's what he did against the Warriors last year. He dominated the Warriors. So you don't have that. So you just got to depend on Sengun, and I don't think they'll go far. I don't think they can make it out of the second round.
I'll say this before we like move on to another topic. If they were to play, if everything was set today, they would play the Lakers. Who would y'all have in that series? Everyone healthy.
I go with Houston.
Yeah, I go with the Rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would do.
I'm
Yeah, they
going
would
with the
lock
Lakers.
LeBron up.
Yeah.
LeBron is like the Lakers just too unathletic for the Rockets, bro. The Lakers.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah,
that.
it'll get bad for the Lakers. They'll get swept.
I think we could outscore them. That's probably like the only chance we. Well, that's how you win basketball. But
about to
like,
say,
I think, yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
good
but
luck
I
with
think
that.
our scoring output would just be like too high for them to like contain. And I think we'll probably be able to guard them well. Amin Thompson, come on, you can do whatever you want. And then once you start putting in shooters like Reed Shepard and those guys, that's when we start taking advantage. Like, let's do this inverted pick and roll. Get Reed on LeBron, get Reed on Austin, get Reed on Luca, and we already know what's gonna happen after that.
that
So
boy
I
said
think we can take
everything
advantage of
Reed.
them.
Everything Reed
And
is crazy.
if you don't play Reed, where's
Yeah,
your shooting
Reed, he
coming
can't
from?
defend, bro. He's too small. He's too slow. He can't
He's not
defend.
athletic enough. Yeah, I thought he was actually a better athlete than what they advertised him as a really good athlete, and I'm not seeing it right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm
He
not
they
seeing it.
finessed
advertised him as a really good
the
shooter too.
vertical.
Yeah, didn't they say he had like a 40-inch vertical?
He
Am
finessed the
I
vertical.
trouble
He
with
said
that?
he didn't fully extend on the reach, so the vertical was boosted
Well,
allegedly.
Crazy.
hey
This is
man.
Jokic's year.
Speaking of Jokic, let's get into that MVP, man.
Let's definitely get into the MVP talks, man.
All right, so who
Like,
y'all got
I'm
as
not
y'all's
gonna lie,
MVP?
there's no question about it, honestly. If it's not Shea, I think it's just it's propaganda at this point if it's not Shea going back to back. With Shea getting this MVP though, me personally, I don't think it's anybody close, personally. I think Jokic, if Jokic plays, then probably it's Jokic versus Shea. But Jokic, if he misses one more game, he's done. And I don't think it's anybody close after that. If Shea wins this MVP, we gonna start having some nasty discussions all the time, man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. But I definitely think Shea is winning. I don't think it's particularly close either.
Honestly, yeah. What's he averaging? 30, 31?
Come on, bro, like 32 points
I
a
mean,
game.
you can
Big,
put
come
up
on,
probably like 31, 32.
Something like that, and a basic, almost a 50, 40, 90. Almost a
yeah,
50,
like
40, 90, I'm pretty sure. I think it's 50, 39, and like 89, something like that. He
No,
been shooting better.
it's 55, 39, 89.
Well, 55, 39, 89. Hey, look, Kay, what did we say before? Last year we was talking about he can't shoot his threes for real. Now he's shooting 39%. How many is he taking?
He's taking
he's taking
4.5 a
basically
game. He actually taking
Yeah.
less than he did last year.
Well, I mean, hey, he's shooting more efficiently. I don't want to see back-to-back SGA. I really think Jokic should get it because I feel like SGA has a better team around him. And
What?
I mean, when SGA's out, they still winning. You feel me?
Well, Denver they win without Jokic too.
Denver just went on.
That is
Denver
true.
just
That
went on
is
a
true.
run when, like, bro, we gotta
But
stop. We
I
gotta
don't
stop
know.
doing this with
I just
Shea.
think if Jokic really wanted to, like he's averaging a triple-double right now. I genuinely think Jokic doesn't even try to do like if he really wanted to, he'd have some better numbers if he really wanted to. But I think he's one of those players that's just the game comes easy to him.
Hey,
I'm
man.
not gonna say it doesn't come easy to SGA, but I don't know. Jokic. Hey, all I'm gonna say is that man. I still think he should have got 3 consecutive, but that's a story for another day.
K, before you go, I just have to point out, she is shooting 55% from the field as a guard, averaging 30 plus. What are we talking about right
That's
now?
impossibly great. He's making on average 11 shots per game.
What are we talking about? So, but with the 3-point percentage, I'm not harping on that no regular season 3-point percentage. We seen last year Shea shot like 38% from three in the regular season, then dropped to 28 in the playoffs. Like Shea isn't the best 3-point shooter, so I'm not really
I
worried about
agree.
that. But Shea's a good defender, even if you want to say he's surrounded by the best defense of all time. He's still a good defender. And the thing is, I think people underestimate that Shea is not in an offensive system that optimizes him. Shea is around guys that cannot shoot or not create for themselves outside of J-Dub. So it's like I'm literally creating everything out here, even though his assist numbers don't say that. But he's creating and generating every shot for them. So I
I mean,
don't think this is
if we
close,
if
honey.
if we gonna keep it a stack though, if we gonna keep it a stack. Jokic shooting 59, 42, and 84 on with 4 3 attempts as well. So it's like
But
let's
yeah,
not
he a
act like
center. He a
I
center.
Yeah,
know,
well,
I know.
centers, yeah.
No, but like his 3-point percentage is better.
Yeah, the thing is with Jokic, I'm not denying Jokic's numbers, and I said if Jokic is able to complete like the games like played, I think it can be a conversation, but I don't think he will do that
Yeah,
because
they
This
if he
is
misses one more
disappointed.
game, it's over.
He's averaging 28, 12, and 10.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
just
which is
doubt
good
he'll get
numbers,
4
but
MVPs.
and the thing is with Jokic, the reason why he was getting so many MVPs is because the argument was, man, without Jokic, this team is terrible. We just seen them go on a run where they basically went neutral or even positive record wise without him. And even missing like Peyton Watson for some time, Christian Braun, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray has been doing his thing over there. So
First time
I
also.
think Shea definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
Shea has literally been playing without his second best player, and they're still number one in the West. Me personally, I think if you don't have Shea as the MVP, barring Jokic making the 65 game rule, I think you just trying to play at this point, man.
Yeah,
Jalen
I
Brown,
have
Cade, they
SGA.
shouldn't be in the conversation.
So we're all in agreement that it's just between SG and Jokic, ignoring Cade, Luca, Wemby, and Jalen Brown.
Yeah, those guys, yeah. I mean, they can compete
I
for
didn't.
third, but yeah, it's
This is
more likely going to SGA because he's the best player on the best team. And he just won a championship, so I think he'll definitely go to
yeah, he's the
SGA.
best player in the league. He's the
Nah,
best
he's
player
not
in
the
the
best
league.
player in the league, but he's best guard in the league. I give you that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is crazy,
I think
bro.
SGA is probably gonna run away with it. I don't think it makes sense for Jokic to even try to play all the games going into a playoff run when you coming off of a hyperextended knee that took you out for so long. I know you probably recovered, but that stuff lingers. So you know, I don't think it makes sense for him to try to. Now, if he's healthy and can do it, by all means, go ahead. But if that knee gets sore and you got to sit or go try to play that game, I think you just sit. Because it's not worth it. I think besides that, I mean, unless Cade has a crazy finish to the year, and by crazy, I mean averaging probably what 35, 10, and 8 to finish the season is probably crazy to what even make him, considered. But outside of that, it's gonna
It's
be SGA
quiet.
by a landslide, I'm pretty sure. And honestly, if it weren't for J-Dub being hurt, I would probably have them repeating. But I just think, with his inconsistency plus Shea's lack of 3-point shooting in the playoffs, I think they're just gonna not expose it like he's just gonna be, getting
You right. You
the
said the
Draymond
right
Green
thing.
treatment, but he's gonna probably shoot a questionable percentage if he doesn't come in ready to shoot the three ball, and they're gonna look at Jada like, what you gonna do if he's out there, and I don't think that's gonna go too well. So, well, speaking of players that need to play games to win awards, getting to the defensive player of the year, who I think the only question mark on this is when we gonna play all 65.
We can do a hypothetical. Let's say Wemby does do it and Wemby doesn't. If Wemby does, he should be defensive player of the year every single year. But if he doesn't, My defensive player of the year is Scotty Barnes. The way he shifted like this Toronto defense, I think it's just like it's honestly insane. I know we throw like this word like, oh, he can guard 1 through 5 like consistently around just to like everybody, but Scotty is legitimately one of those players who can do that. Um,
Definitely.
I think I think Scotty, bro. I don't want to say any crazy takes, so I'm not gonna say it like right now. Scotty Barnes is a top 5 defender in this league.
Mm.
I wanna go higher. I wanna say top 3, but Imma just be conservative right now and say top 5. Scotty Barnes is definitely my defensive player of the year, though.
I can't really argue with that.
Toronto, I'm looking at it trying to see where the team defense was ranked. They are ranked 8th in defensive rating, so
Mhm.
he does have a shot. But if Wemby doesn't win it for me, I have to go
I
with if Wemby doesn't, meet the threshold, I definitely go Chet.
Yeah.
He anchors their defense. I mean, he's not really a strong rebounder, but he does lead the team in rebounding, which well, he actually doesn't. But I think Chet because he alters a lot of shots more than the stats say, and they all funnel their opponent into Chet. So I had to go Chet if Wemby doesn't meet the threshold.
mhm.
I think I agree with that. I think you
I
gotta
can
go with
see it.
Chet. Like you said, KD, I think, Thunder have the best defense in the league by rating at least. And I mean, I'd go as far as say they're probably the best defensive team on the court too. I think, you mentioned Jalen Williams, who was a defensive all defensive team player last year,
Yep.
and defense is still at a high level. So kudos to the team, of course, and for the guys for stepping up. But I think that is more of a kind of, green light to Chet shows that, all you gotta do is play hard and kinda show effort and give him the Chet, and your defense will do pretty well. Like you said, K changes shots that, don't show up in the stat sheet. He moves pretty well. I mean, he's pretty agile. Of course, his weakness would be, I guess, his physicality and strength, but that allows him to move around and, cover a lot of ground and contest shots, block shots also. And, he can run, he can move in transition, so bigs have to worry about that too. So yeah, I'd say Chet would be my winner if Wemby doesn't meet his threshold, but if Wemby plays his 65 game requirement, I think he runs away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we got our rookie of the year. I think this is probably a two-man race. I think I'm gonna go with Cooper. And the reason I'm gonna go with Cooper is I think, when it comes to time for certain positions to be acquired in lottery fashion, I think the Hornets are gonna do a little bit more than the Mavericks will, as far as trying to get that better pick. I think Cooper's just gonna have more court time. And I mean they lose when he's on the court. I think you take LaMelo Ball off the court, you take Brandon Miller off the court, how effective does Khan really stay for that, over a long spread of time? I mean, I think he's a good player. I think he is definitely gonna be a good player in the league. That's what it comes down to for me. I think Cooper's gonna have more time on court, and I mean, he going to the All-Star break, he was on a crazy stretch, so
Mm.
he kind of stays hot and rides that out. And I mean, people want to give him the Rookie of the Year too. He came in with all the hype,
I can see that.
Uh,
kind of
I
his award
mean,
to lose.
how I mean, like, let's talk about it, man. Khan, 48, 40, 90. So basically 50, 40, 90 on what, 18, almost 19 points a game
Mm.
in his rookie season. This is some
Mm.
of the most efficient shooting we've seen out of a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can deny Khan and just be like, yeah, Cooper Flag is leading it. Like, yes, Cooper Flag's he's doing his thing too, but Khan is way too efficient and doing so well right now. I just don't see how you can sit there and be like Khan is not a favorite.
You said he's
Mm-hmm.
average. I mean, I don't think he's not a favorite, but you said he's
Like
averaging what?
he's averaging 50, 40, 90 and almost 19 points a game.
Mm.
How many rebounds and
This
assists is he getting?
3.6 and 5.5 rebounds.
I think that's where you run into your problem.
Mm.
Obviously those numbers aren't bad, but I think obviously we look at the teams. If we look at the pecking order, I think we know that Cooper is probably in Dallas number one without Kyrie. I mean,
Yeah.
Kyrie
So
hasn't
he
been there
get
all
way
year.
more shots.
He's getting way more shots. He's also getting way more, opportunity with the ball, but that comes with the opportunity to turn the ball over and to give it away. And 2.2 turnovers isn't bad as a what 6'9" point guard, as Jason Kidd wants to call him, playing
Mm.
this year. I mean, he's learned the game. We've seen how he's grown just throughout the first half of the season. Like I said, I think he stays hot. He's going to continue that. nothing against Khan. I just think he's not gonna have the opportunity to show that he's as good as a player as Cooper Flag is. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna come down
Unfortunately for
to
Khan, yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, unfortunately for Khan, this award was decided as soon as Cooper Flag enrolled at Duke, they were gonna give him this award. I feel bad for Khan. He's going against the chosen, the golden boys. If it's close, it'll go to Cooper Flag. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just Khan is just having way more winning impact. Khan is the difference between the Hornets being back in the lottery again and being in the play-in. So I feel like I have to give Khan for that. Like
Well,
his shooting ability opens up a lot. Like he could play Clay. He can run off a screen. He can hit you with a pump fake and get to the rim. And so to me, that opens up the offense a lot and see how Brandon Miller can thrive. So I just think I give the edge to Cooper Flag. I'm sorry, to Khan, based on how he affects winning and just the historic rookie season he's having, shooting the ball from deep. I mean, he's shooting, what do you say, 40% from three. So
Yes.
right now, I'll give it to Khan, even though we know the Golden Boy Flag will win it, but that's another subject for another day.
hold on, Kay. You just made me look at something. Matter of fact, what are the Hornets? They're looking at ninth. So I take back my statement about them tanking. Obviously, I don't think they're going to do that at this point. Never know how the season can go though, because I know the bottom of the East isn't too far from being in play-in category. But I will say that I think you gave a lot of credit to Khan and the Hornets' success. I think a lot of their success comes from just their health this year.
Mm,
We got LaMelo Ball, who's played I think 2 less games than he did last year. Miles Bridges is at, I think, around the 50 or where I forgot where Miles Bridges is at, but he's within 10 games of what he played last year. Brandon Miller's played more games, or Brandon Miller's coming up on, I think he played what, 27 games last year? Let me confirm that. Yeah, 27 games. He played 38 this year. Your boy Grant Williams is coming back. I think they're just healthy. I don't think the Hornets were ever a bad team.
mm,
Obviously, bad meaning should be competing for a top pick. Obviously, they're not going to be top of the East. They're not. They don't have a chance in the world, I don't think, to compete for a championship this year. Even with how beat up the East is. But I will say they're a young team. I mean, anything can happen. They're a young team. They're exciting. I think if they can stay healthy, they have the players to be a solid team in the East. They'll be a team you don't want to run into in the playoffs. I'll say that much. I don't think they're going to be championship level team unless these players they got Khan, Melo, and Brandon Miller just evolve into some all NBA flirting kind of guys, at least some all star consideration. So I think, the Hornets definitely will be playing and giving Khan a chance to compete with Cooper. But I think once again, ball gonna be in LaMelo's hand. Ball gonna be in Brandon Miller's hand. Miles Bridges probably gonna get a lot of touches. I think Khan just don't have the opportunity that Cooper's gonna have.
Yeah. Just to give like a little bit of perspective, I think both of them are having legendary rookie seasons. I think we all agree with that.
mm,
Even with Khan, I know people are gonna like fault him for like playing with LaMelo, playing with Brandon, but even when those two players are out, the numbers still look the same. When it's Khan being like the main option, they still look the same, or at least similar. So me personally, I think I'm still going Coop. However, I think Cooper's situation is utterly terrible. What he has to do with the talent around him,
mm,
it's not the best situation. He's basically playing pseudo point guard for them, and I think we do not take into consideration how good of a defender Cooper Flag is compared to Khan.
mm.
Khan is not a good defender. I think we can all agree with that. I know we try to give him like his little praise or he can do this, but no, he's just not a good defender. I will give Khan this. He's probably the best shooting rookie we've probably ever seen. So if you want to give him the rookie of the year because of that type of superlative, I guess we can go with that. But Cooper Flag has been the best overall player in this rookie class, and that's what I
Uh,
think the rookie of the year is about, being the best overall basketball player.
well,
So I'm definitely going Coop.
well, Flag just had a good month, right? I mean, Khan was hot the whole season. Cooper Flag, just came on.
No,
Cooper
but
Flag had a good
even when
month
Coop
of he had
had
a
like
good year of
his ups and
2026.
downs, No, I was just saying, even when Coop was having his ups and downs, it wasn't like he was playing himself out of the rookie of the year race. He was still good for a rookie. But now
But
what we've seen so
But
far,
Khan has been.
if Coop was playing like this, he's an all-star.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I
He's been
give you
playing
that,
all-star
but
level
he
ball.
hasn't done this all year. He know he it took him some time to adjust. I mean, it's not a half a season award. It's not a it's not a rookie of the month. Khan came in as one of the best shooters in the league, while Cooper Flag, I mean, he couldn't stop turning the ball over. I mean, but I do think it'll end close. I mean, they both have to stay healthy. But I think if Charlotte gets into the playoff, I think you just have to give it to Khan because, they're trending upward. But I wouldn't fight you if Cooper Flag won it. I mean, I know how it goes.
Yeah, I guess we just agree to disagree, because the thing is,
Mm.
I just don't think like an individual award should be based off of like team accomplishment. So like I think this is like a classic case of like the LeBron versus Melo conversation. Melo made it in the playoffs his first year and also had like a similar season to him. So I get the Con argument. I do. But if I'm looking at the rookie of the year in the sense of who is the best rookie, I don't think it's a shadow of a doubt with Cooper Flag and his two-way ability. He's a better playmaker. Even though you can argue with Khan's shooting ability is making his playmaking
It's
ability
generational.
rise. He, he
Mm-hmm.
he's a great shooter, but I think Coop is a better passer, playmaker, scorer, like on the ball scorer. Coop to me is, I didn't think Coop was gonna be this good, but Coop, I can't put Con over Coop just yet. Now, if something
Generational
changed
might
over
be a
these last
stretch.
20 games, I got it.
Justin, what rookie have you seen shooting like this ever?
I mean, but like generational rookie, like that's what we doing now?
Justin, what rookie have you seen shoot like Khan?
I'm not
Tell
saying
me.
that. I'm just saying like he can shoot. I mean, I'm not really.
He can shoot. Are we
I mean, he
serious right
walked
Justin,
now?
into
what
the
what what
league
is your
a
definition of a generational
40%
rookie?
3-point shooter.
I mean, I
Like,
feel like a generational rookie has to be something like Wemby, like generate. I mean, like really generational. Like Khan isn't something that we'll never see again.
I
Like,
said
oh boy,
generation.
what's dude name? Ant? What's boy name you like from where he played in college? I can't think of his name. The dude is 50-50, whatever. What's his name?
I don't know who you're talking about right now.
No, the guy the shooter, they just played Darian Peterson. I forget his name too.
You're
You're
talking
high
about
on him, man.
Milan Momcilovic.
Yeah,
Momcilovic.
yeah.
You talking about
Okay,
Momcilovic?
he has the potential to do that next season, right?
Mm.
I mean, yes, he has the potential.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, Khan could have a cold stretch to end. He could hit the rookie wall and that dips, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
I
Bronson is
think we have
crazy
to.
though.
Yeah, man, I don't know about that
And
one.
I'm just
Zion has the
saying.
potential to be LeBron. Come on, bro. Man,
I mean,
can't do that.
I never said that. I never.
But that's what people were saying. Let's not act like that wasn't a thing that was being said. I'm not making this up.
So,
I,
Okay.
Justin, Justin, you don't think he's a generational shooting like rookie? I
I
think
mean,
this is
he's probably the best shooting rookie that we've seen, but generation, like, I think that's an overused word. Like, I don't.
who can
So
you name better shooting rookies than Khan?
I'm not saying better. Y'all aren't understand what I'm saying. Like, it's not. I'm not saying he's not having a great shooting year. I'm saying like I'm not saying it's something I've never seen. I'll never see again. I don't think it's something like Wemby. Probably never see that again. LeBron probably never see that again. Who else we got
But
coming
Justin,
in?
I think you're getting what we're saying mixed up. We're not saying Khan is a generational talent. We're saying the rookie year that he's having is generational.
Yeah, and I'm saying y'all using the
That's
word
it.
generational is for no reason. He's having a great rookie year. I think the word
what
generational right there
reason
All-time
does
is
it
great.
say?
is
All-time great.
unnecessary.
Well, I don't think you say all-time great, but
No, I'm
like
saying
The
generational is like
rookie.
definitely just one of the
a
best
strong
rookie
word.
seasons of the century. How about, yeah, you say it like that.
Yeah, like I'm not
Well, is
saying
that not
Generational.
Nah,
Is
nah,
that
nah.
not
Generational is once in a lifetime.
Are
okay?
we
Okay,
serious?
okay. Hold on. Before we continue, can y'all name me some rookie seasons that are just like definitively better than Khan's?
Come on, like
I
shooting
mean,
Like
wise.
rookie. Yes, I'm not even talking about shooting wise. I'm just talking about player wise. Like,
Oh,
can
I was
y'all
talking about
tell me like
shooting.
some? We already know hold on. We already know he's a generational shooter as a rookie.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think
thought y'all
what
doing.
Ant is saying, he's a generational. This is a generational season from a rookie. Is that your argument, Ant?
Well,
Or are you just talking about just shooting?
my original thing was shooting, and that's what I was talking about. And Justin said he can shoot. What?
Yeah, he's definitely a generational shooter for a
He's a
rookie.
generational shooting
No,
rookie. Like,
no one
I mean, but
has
what I'm
ever, no one
saying
has ever
what I'm
did
saying
this
is I feel like
before.
the word using the word generational in there is that's what I'm saying, like,
it's not crazy.
unnecessary.
That's
It's
no,
hyperbole, and it's
that's
hyperbole, that's what I'm saying.
appropriate. That's
If it,
appropriate.
if it, if it's never happened, how is it not general? Like,
Like
yeah, that
what?
it's never happened before.
Okay, what I'm saying is I don't y'all aren't getting me. I don't think this is something we'll never see again. That's all. I think people are coming
Oh
to the
well,
league way
if
better.
that's your
I think
definition of
people are coming to the league 1,000 times better than they were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I think we're going to continue to see players that come in and have higher impacts like we've been seeing over the last couple of years. I just don't think somebody that can shoot 43% from three is the craziest thing I'll see from three as a rookie. I just don't think that's what it'll be. And like y'all say, generational something you'll see probably once in a lifetime. I'm sure I'll see that before I die.
He's
I'm
taking
just
8 threes a game.
Mm,
8 threes a game, shooting 43% in his rookie season.
mm.
okay.
Me personally, I don't know if I'll probably see. I don't think we, we will probably see like some like the production of
Yeah, it's
Khan
the volume.
probably,
Yeah,
but I
that's
think we
how
can
many
probably.
he making.
Yeah, I think it's the Of course, we probably gonna see like a 40% 3-point shooting rookie.
I
It's
mean
the
the volume. I
volume
mean even
mixed
okay.
in
So
with it.
even if we were to see, say a player on a bad team gets the keys right away, right, and shoots 42% on 6.5 shots a game, do we consider that generational?
Nah, I think it's the make. Like he
No,
making 3.5 per game. That's probably. I need to see where that ranks in the league. That's probably.
Oh, he's one of the
but the
top
thing
shooters
is,
in the league right
I
now.
Yeah, he
is
definitely
he's
is.
an elite shooter. I'm not taking it away from him. I just like I said, to me the word generational means I'm not gonna see this for at least until I can barely watch the television with my own eyes, and I just think I'll see that again. That's all the thing I'm saying. I don't think I'll see Wemby again. I don't think I'll see a rookie come in like LeBron that can do so much and have so much impact on the game and raise the floor of a team so high. I just think we're talking about rookies and being generational. I think I'll see this again. That's all.
We're definitely gonna have to agree to disagree on this. There's just no way I can sit here and just allow you to say this.
yeah, I think we differ on the word generational.
Yeah, I mean, and we're at the All Star break.
Justin's,
We're giving generational tags at the All Star break. I mean, we have we all not heard of the rookie wall? Like, let's let the year finish before we start throwing the word generational because
but
that's a crazy
realistically,
word to throw out.
how many games are left though? Like
I can say
20 or
like
30
20
games?
games left.
I mean, that's enough to go
Yeah, so
into a slump.
Yeah.
but it's also enough to raise your play as well. We can't just always assume the negative. But I think
Okay,
I agree with the point of we just disagreeing on the word generational. Your definition is like something that will never be seen again. I think generational is just like, man, I don't think we'll ever like see a shooting rookie like this for like the next 10 to maybe 15 years. I don't think it's
Yeah.
something I'll never see again though.
that's
That's
a
my definition
generation.
of
15
generation.
years.
We might not see it again. I mean, I don't
It's
know.
a
They are
different
coming.
generation.
They are coming into the league better shooters. It's hard to kind of tell if we ever should see it again.
Yeah, exactly. Because for example, with Khan, that's why I see where Justin's coming from. Literally 3-4 years ago, we was looking at Keegan Murray like this dead eye like 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
So I see where he's coming from. I just personally think eight threes a game on 43%
Uh,
is that's nasty. But I can understand the point of
yeah,
it
he's
not
elite.
being
Don't get me wrong. This is
generational.
elite. This is an elite shooting season for a rookie, of course. But I just don't think it. If I were to see it 3 years from now, it wouldn't surprise me. If I were to see it every class for one person from every class, obviously not the exact same numbers, but flirt with this kind of shooting, it wouldn't surprise me. I feel like, I mean, you gotta think about it. Everybody that teaches basketball now teaches you have to be able to shoot the balls. Players gonna come in ready to shoot the ball. Players that are coming in that, might have focused on other things are gonna focus primarily on just shooting the ball and increasing their superpower and be a knockdown shooter. I think we're gonna see a time in the NBA where we got a guy who shoots, maybe not 8, but 4 or 5 threes a game on 50%, and they're not just, they're not wide open threes. He's coming off pin downs. They're treating him like the best shooter in the league, and that's what it'll be. I think that's something we'll see. I think that's more generational than, but like I said, like you said, we differ on that, I guess, label. Moving on from that, most improved player, we got just
I
some
got
candidates. If
Ryan
y'all,
Rollins.
okay, you straight to it, Ryan
Mm,
Rollins.
yeah.
I don't know about that one. Mark, what you got for me?
I think if we were talking about the real definition of most improved player, a person that we did not see coming into like a
Yeah.
starter role or a all-star role, I think Ryan would probably win that award. But how it is now, I don't see how it doesn't go to either Jalen Johnson or Denny. The only the only thing with Jalen Johnson, I think we seen this coming from him last season. He was doing a little bit of this last season. Probably not to the extent he's doing it this season, but
Yeah, of
last season
course.
he was still 16, 10, and 5. With Denny, however, I didn't think Denny was gonna turn into an all-star. I literally predicted Jalen Johnson being an all-star this year. Denny, I didn't see that coming. So I would probably go Denny, even though Denny was a 9th overall pick. I would go Denny.
Yeah, he did go from 17 to 25. But yeah, I'd say Ryan Rollins, when I'm looking at his basketball reference page, this dude only played 3 games 2 years. Well, he only played 13 games 2 years ago. Like, he was a garbage time player, basically, averaging 6 minutes per game. This season, he's doubled his minutes per game, and he's shooting 40% from 3. So I gotta go with him because it's more like a came out of nowhere type of guy. Like,
I agree.
he just came out of nowhere and became this big pickup for Milwaukee. I'm not even sure how they picked him up, but let me see. I could probably find out.
Was it from the Warriors?
He was traded.
I think it might have been
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he
the
a
was with
Warriors
Washington. He
traded
was
16
with
him.
deal.
Washington.
He was
Oh, he
He
was
was
with
with
Washington.
wow. He was in
Washington.
the Chris Paul trade.
Yep.
Wow,
And
that's
then I'm
bad.
pretty sure that Washington Milwaukee deal was when they traded Kuzma and Middleton. I would say with Ryan averaging basically 17, 5, and 5
Nah, he got
coming out
waived.
of nowhere. That's insane. Oh, he got
He got
waived
waived.
from
Yep, the Wizards waived him.
Wow.
that's
Way by the
insane,
Wizards is
man.
crazy.
Yep, and he was on a
Like
two-way
what y'all
contract.
waving? Yeah, what y'all waving for? Y'all need as much talent as y'all can get.
I guess it wasn't worth it.
But Ryan, I think that's the definition of a most improved player.
Yeah,
That's what it used to be.
was he even
But
drafted?
now I think it changed ever since Ja Morant won it. I don't think Ja should have won.
Mhm.
Like, there's no way a second overall pick, you don't expect that from him. That shouldn't be a most improved jump. But ever since that, they've just been giving it to guys who were like high draft picks. But to me, Ryan Rollins is the true most improved player. But by this logic, I'll probably go Denny or Jalen.
I think, Mark, to kind of piggyback on what you said, I think part of that comes from the expectation that players get coming into the league. You see a couple players, perform well right away, like a Luca, and now everybody's supposed to be expected to do it from day one. I think that's just, unrealistic. So people write these players off if they don't come in performing at a high level. And now when they, after 2, 3 years of development, which should be normal, they come back elite players and people are like, wow, this is, a crazy discovery. No, he just needed a year or 2 to get accustomed to the NBA. Not rocket science. To sum all that up, I think I'm gonna go with Jalen Johnson. I think Denny, I got him on my fantasy team. I just don't trust him to play the rest of the season. It seems like his back is in some kind of bad shape. King is evident. I just don't see them rushing him back, especially they just they got Dan coming back next year. I think they're gonna be on a next year type of timing. Don't make sense to go try to compete this year for what a play-in if they can even. I mean, of course they probably can make it, but what's the point? Yeah, that's about it. I mean, Jalen Duran has been brought up. I like that
No.
just because they won, but like another player that it's just growth. It's
Yeah,
just
wasn't he like a top pick?
yeah, it's just growth. I mean, but
And that's why I do not like this award, man, because it's just eliminating growth, especially like when Ja won it. Like, for example, Trey Young in his first season was averaging 19 and 8. The second year he averaged 30 and 10. Is that most improved or is that just development because he was a 5th overall pick? Like, to me,
exactly.
I think we do development and most improved to like 2 different levels. Like, to me, like a Norman Powell is a most improved. Ryan Rollins this year most improved. But when you do like Ja, even Julius Randle to a certain extent, like he was still a top pick. He was supposed to do something.
Yeah,
Laurie Markkinen was drafted 7th. Like, I'm pretty sure he won it like a couple of years ago. So I'm not really a big fan of this award.
I'll go on. See, y'all can go on. Y'all said everything for real. I
All
mean,
right.
keep going. Right.
I was gonna say six man. We got Nas Reed, Keldon Johnson, Jaime Jaquez, AJ Mitchell, Reed Shepard, and Anthony Black. I think I'm going Nas Reed. I think Nas Reed is a starter on a lot of teams. I think he just happens to be playing behind a bona fide Hall of Famer in Rudy Gobert, Mr. DOY. And he's in the Hall of Fame. I mean, we might not like Rudy, his perimeter defense, but he's anchored Timberwolves defense for quite a while now. I think, yeah, Nas is just a good player. I mean, a lot of teams wanted him to start for them at some point. I just I think it's an easy pick. They're especially if he finishes the season strong, healthy. I think it's gonna be, Nas Reed going away with it. But anything can happen, especially with the six man award.
Yeah, I agree, Nas Reed. I was trying to look
Mm.
at Anthony Black's stats. He started 33 games, so that's a little too many for me. Nas Reed, he's played in every game this season. He only started 2 games. I think I had to go with Nas Reed, averaging 14 off the bench. Of course, he gonna shoot it. So yeah, I go with Nas Reed as well.
Man, the only reason Anthony Black started is because Franz got hurt and he's been out for so long. If we're
Yeah.
gonna be real, Anthony Black is really the sixth man. Like, let's
Mm,
just be real. He just got called up because somebody got hurt. Like, the sixth man, and
yeah.
23. I think about that. He was not a starter, and he's averaging 23.
Well, yeah. Well, he
Yeah.
must have averaged 23 lately. I got him at like 14, I think it's, or 16, 16,
I think
4
it's
and
like
4.
the last couple, what you
Yeah,
call
he
it, the
had been
last
on the
Yeah.
hot
couple.
streak because he got
Right.
his 3-pointer right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can't see a world where Anthony Black is not at the top for that. Like, he's a six man. Like you said, you don't think he's a six man. That's literally because a starter got hurt and they've been holding him back trying to nurse his injury. Anthony Black, to me, like, I had him on my fantasy team. I be seeing what he's been doing.
I mean, eye test wise, you could say he's probably one of the guys who should be getting talked about for most improved rather than
Yeah,
former
and that's
top
what I was.
picks.
That's what I was about. That's what I was trying to look up. That's why I said never mind, because I was trying to see, like, Anthony Black. I was like, he should be having the most improved. He should be up there with those guys
But
because
he's
he
a
was
top
not
pick
doing
too,
this.
though. He
Yeah.
was a
Bruh.
top pick, though. I don't like top picks getting it. And for this award, me personally, I know this award just goes to the person coming off the bench on the best team, basically. This probably going to Nas. I think Jaime has been going crazy. He's averaging 15, 5, and 5. Also, I'll give a little shout out to Keldon Johnson, even though I'm not really a big fan of his game. What he's been doing for the Spurs, I can't deny. But I'm pretty sure didn't Nas win it last year?
Nah, the year
If
before
he
last.
did,
So
I think he's
2024 he won.
yeah, whichever year he won it, I think Nas is definitely about to get his second one. Me personally, if I I would probably go Jaime strictly because of the production he's getting off the bench. That's insane production. 15, 5, and 5 off the benches. That's just insane. Also, Anthony Black is a decent contender for that too. But
It was a Peyton
the
Pritchard
person who's
last
gonna
year
win it
too.
is Nas.
Mm,
Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So
Payne Pritchard.
Nas probably won that 24. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he should get it. Like, I get he was a high pick, but let's be real. He wasn't doing. He was like, he was averaging 16. That's my fault. I made a mistake there. But, like, still, he
No, no,
like.
no, no. For six men, I think he's straight. And I'm saying for most improved, I don't think he should have been elected for that. Strictly because are you gonna give the dude time to develop? This is year 3 for him. I don't think he should
Yeah,
get most improved for development.
six. Hey, I know who I'm rocking with. But you go
I
on to the
mean,
next one, man.
I think he's more deserving of being in that conversation than guys like Denny, who had a lot of freedom last year. I mean, Denny finished the season last year very, very strong. I don't know how improved he is rather than just continue where he left off. But anywho, back to these awards. Go to the Clutch Player of the Year. We have Anthony Edwards, Maurice Maxey, Cade Cunningham, SGA, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic. I think
Mm.
I'm gonna roll with Ant. He just a guy who's taking a lot of big shots and big moments.
yeah, you right about that. I'll think the same thing.
I know
I'll
we
probably
know who's
go
gonna shoot it.
Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Y'all going Ant?
Yeah.
yeah.
Not gonna lie. I know he probably hasn't been on like majority of like boards of he's up there. I think Donovan Mitchell has a good case for it. Donovan Mitchell is leading all scorers in the fourth quarter. He's averaging 8 points a game in the fourth. Now I understand Cleveland; they don't be in the best position to win certain games because of how they've been playing with Darius Garland. Evan Mobley's been out. Jared Allen been dealing with injuries. So, but me personally, I just don't know the criteria because they change it up so many times. So is it the person who hits the most clutch shots, or is it the person who scores the most in the fourth quarter? Like what's the criteria? I guess if it's a little bit of both, I think I would probably Jamal Murray is up there too. I would I like Jamal Murray. Even Cade, like a lot of these guys to me been real clutch. So I
I
don't
think
think I
it's
go
more
Ant
so
Man. I think yeah, go ahead right quick,
no, I
Jason.
was
I
gonna say
don't
I
know
think
what it
it's more
is.
so clutch. They have like the clutch time frame. I think it's what under 2 minutes within 5 points, or under 5 minutes within five
Mhm.
points. But just who has the best stats during that time. Who's the better? I mean, you need volume. Obviously, they're not gonna do like most clutch points because if I have 30 games in the clutch to your 20, you probably have well, if I have 30, I have more points than you, but you might be averaging 15 where I'm only averaging 8. So, well, that math didn't work, but y'all get the point.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah, so
understand.
15 and 10, I guess, but
I
I
mean,
think if I had to pick, I'm going D Mitch or Jamal personally. But I can understand. I definitely understand the Ant argument. I think I probably wanted to be a little different this award.
I feel that. I mean, if you want to look at the top guys in the clutch points, just pull it up right now. Skylar Bissier leading the league at 7 clutch points a game. He only has 1 clutch game. I just said that for fun purposes,
Hmm.
obviously. We got SGA at 6.7, Ant at 6, Jokic at 5.5. We're gonna skip Cam Jones. We got Harden at 4.9, Tyrese Maxey at 4.7, Steph Curry at 4.6, Murray at 4.3, and Cade at 4.3. Now, obviously, some of those guys have more assists to go along with their stats, like
I would assume K that probably has
Jokic,
a lot of assists too.
Maxey, Cade, Jamal Murray. If only
yeah,
has point 0.2.
I
Anthony
want
Edwards
to.
only has point 0.4.
All right, I want to say because I know we were saying what's the clutch. I was looking up and it's saying clutch times regards the final 5 minutes of either fourth quarter or overtime when the score's
Mm,
within 5 points.
yeah.
So that's where the judgment's coming from. So
Okay, if we're going by that logic, and I know y'all gonna keep calling me a glazer of this guy. At the beginning of the season, I know it's definitely been more, but at the beginning of the season, Shea was literally closing every game for them for like in the past like first like 10 to 15 games. So I think I'd still like Shea. Ant is definitely up there. Ant was definitely closing games as well. But I think if we're going by that criteria, then I think it's Shea or Ant.
was SGA not
Pick
playing in
one.
the fourth quarter multiple games?
I was just
Now
thinking that.
I'm looking at it right now. For me, looking at these numbers, it's between, honestly, it's not even between because I think you have to give it to SGA, honestly. He's plus 3.4 in this time on average. He's scoring 6.7, which is first if for guys that actually play, we're not counting Skylar Bissier.
Yeah,
He's getting point 0.7 assists, point 0.6 rebounds, only point 0.2 turnovers in this time frame.
not turning the ball
Whereas
over.
Jokic, who I think is the next best performer, is minus 2.1 in these clutch situations. He's only scoring 4.8 points a game and following that up with, 1.5 rebound for sure, but he's only averaging point 0.6 assists, which is less than SGA with double the turnovers with point 0.4. So, I mean, all that combined with the minus 2.1, points. Now, coming with that though, Anthony Edwards is averaging 5.9 points a game with, of course, he's giving a full rebound, which is impressive for a guard, wing, whatever you want to call him, with only point 0.4 assists, but he's getting point 0.3 turnovers, and he's only positive a net point 0.02 or point 0.2. So I think looking at all that, I mean, I think SGA is kind of running away with.
Yeah, and me personally, not even to just look at the numbers point of view.
Mm,
I'm just talking about like strictly watching the game. There was a
yeah,
definitely a point in this season where Shea literally just wasn't playing fourth quarters.
yeah, of course.
He just wasn't. So the sample size for Ant and Jokic's sample size shouldn't be that large, but
I mean, well, Jokic just played 17 games. SGA's played 19.
yeah, so me personally, I think I think I'm going Shea still. He
Mm.
doesn't play that many fourth quarters, so his numbers probably won't be there. Even though I mean just what was the numbers between him and Ant? SGA and Ant? Like the Ants
Ant, I mean,
played?
SGA pretty much. Oh, they both played 19 games. Ant has
Oh
10
they
loss. I mean, 10 games won. Shea has 12. I think
yeah.
Tyrese Maxey and Cade. Well, no, sorry, Cade has something to say. He's had 27 games, 19 wins, and his numbers aren't too shabby. And he's plus a point 1.8. I think he just has more clutch opportunities, and you can't win them all, obviously. Because if you could, I mean, you'd probably be
No, I was about to
the
say
goat.
Cade is definitely up there too, but if we gotta give it to one person, I think I'm still giving it to
Yeah,
Shea.
I think so
Is
too.
definitely probably number one on that list, strictly because from the games that I've just watched, every possession in the fourth quarter where they're close, the ball is in Shea's hands and he's doing everything for that team. So even when he has like I would say better offensive help, I
Yeah,
think Julius Randle is like better offensively than most guys on the Thunder. So me personally, I think it's a close matchup. If Ant wins, it's fine. But I think I'm going Shea for sure.
I
Mm.
think uh, I think Shea's gonna run into the problem of having a lower sample size than most people by the end of the season. I think that's gonna be his kryptonite.
There are a lot of games where he
Mhm.
didn't even play the fourth quarter. Like that was what we were talking about. Like how many fourth quarters is he not going to play? Like
All right, and our last award, Coach of the Year, we got JB Bickerstaff with the Pistons, Jordan Ott with the Suns, Joe Mazzulla, Celtics, Mitch Johnson with the Spurs, Charles Lee with the Hornets, and David Adelman with the Nuggets. I think JB Bickerstaff got it. I mean, they came into the season, with high hopes from last year. Malik Beasley's situation, I definitely, everybody kind of not wrote them off, but definitely thought that was a big hit, which I think is going to be a big hit in terms of championship hopes. But as far as their season this year, hadn't seemed to, throw them off too much. Playing at a high level and they're winning games. I think that's a great reason to have him, as my coach of the
Yeah.
year.
I I go
I
Jordan from the Suns. Nobody thought they would be good this year. People thought this was like a rebuilding year, so I go Jordan Ott. He's the one who surprised me the most. I think he's done a great job, maneuvering the team, especially in his first year. So I have to go with him.
yeah.
I'll let you go, Ant, because I wanna praise this team. So
Okay.
I'll let you go.
I mean, looking at it, I think Justin, like you said, I think the Pistons were looking up even towards the end of the season. So I think what they were doing, like, it's kind of stuff they were building onto. I agree with Kay. I think with the Suns, like everybody looked at this team and they saw the trend. They're like, oh yeah, Suns definitely lost this trade. They're cooked. They're done. And I mean, the season has not gone how people have expected. It's been the opposite. The Rockets have gone down. The Suns doing better, but I mean, you could credit that to Dylan Brooks and seeing how the teams have done when he's when he's moved on. And but I still think I think you got to give it to Jordan Knott.
And before you go, Mark, real quick,
Mm.
I hear y'all. I do think Jordan Hart is a good name to be in there. He's definitely in the conversation. They overperform for sure. But I think you gotta go with the coach who's comfortably in first place versus a coach who's starting with the play in. I mean, I think just in terms of just how awards look, I mean, you're gonna look to give MVP is gonna be probably the player at the top of the standings unless it's just a crazy season, stuff like that. Same thing with clutch player of the year, I mean, coach of the year, most improved six man. When it helps you win a lot of these awards. So I think that's important and I think that's why I'm going JB Bickerstaff over Jordan Knott. But Jordan Knott, congratulations to you, brother.
Definitely congratulations to him. Me personally, I don't think this is close. This coach of the year should definitely go to JB. The Pistons were literally a laughing stock 2 years ago, gang. I don't think y'all remember the Pistons. We were watching them just lose basketball games, and we were like, there's no way they're just gonna keep losing like this. And then when we looked at the schedule, it's like, what team can they actually beat? Are they actually gonna keep losing? Like, because that's how crazy that losing streak was. And for
Yeah.
them to, after that 2 years, be the number one seed. And me personally, y'all know how much I love K. He my second favorite player. All of that. I don't got to get into that. I personally don't think this roster is that talented as people make it seem. I think it's the culture that's set that makes this team that good. The defensive culture that is set. So
Ain't
me
you?
personally, I think it's definitely JB. I think it's a landslide. Personally, I think this may should be unanimous. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really think it's a coach that should be in the running. I think this is unanimous. Like the
No,
Pistons were literally the worst team in like the past 20 years, and now they're the number one seed. To me, I don't think it's as
I
close.
will say I did for. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot how bad they were 3 years ago. I'm not gonna lie. I remember that was back when I wasn't it Kuzma who said it's at this point it's just don't be that team. And
Don't be
you
that
feel
team to lose.
And they were that
ironically,
team.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna take it back. Yeah, just thinking about that and what from like worst to first is
Well,
something. I mean,
he won it.
but I mean, they first now. They first now. It's like Justin said too. Keeping that in mind, the winning Suns are doing better than what they expected. But playing, like you said, if they don't even make it out the play, it is really gonna be curtains for that. But
Ooh, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, K. The Pistons went from 15-6 to 1. That's a big jump. The
They went from
Spurs
what?
Yeah, no,
15 the year before last. Last year they were number 6,
15.
and now they're number 1. They were dead last in the East.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know they
OKC
won
went on a
44
15 game
games
win
last
streak
year.
by themselves, bro.
And
Yeah,
the Suns are what? The Suns last year were 11th, and this year they're 7th. I mean,
they're making the play in. They're making the play in. The
they'll make a
Grizzlies are the
play in,
11th
but
seed, and they have 20. They have 20 wins.
yeah.
Like they're making the play, and they're probably gonna be the 7th or 8th. So they'll probably have two chances to get into the playoffs. I think the Suns make the playoffs, honestly, because the Clippers are out. So it's
yeah,
literally just the Trailblazers, the Warriors, and the Suns. So I think they'll make it. I just
rightfully so.
don't think their jump is as significant as literally the Detroit Pistons. Like to me, I don't think so. But the thing is, the coach that won last year was Kenny Atkinson. So for the Cavs. So I don't know
Yeah, I think he's
if
deserving.
the criteria. Yeah, I don't know what the criteria specifically is for coach of the year. Usually it's just like the best coach from the best team. But I think this has a story behind it. Them literally being the laughing stock of the NBA to the second best team in the league. Mm, To me, that's significant. That's crazy to me. And to do that within two
Without the
years,
second best talent too.
like, come on, man. It feel like it's just K carrying them, but no, this is just like a defensive culture they said, and I love it. I love it.
Hey, man, gotta wrap it up. That was a great episode. Looking
Definitely great
forward
pod,
to getting
man.
into some other topics later. We got some in the I guess the vault to go with, talk about, go in depth on,
Mhm.
but we'll get into that later. We might have to come out on a different account for that one if you catch my drift. But hey, catch the next episode. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
New York.